guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at some scary things that we're finding in unexpected places.
Alien lights. If I told you that alien lights were spotted, then you'd likely think it was a fake story.
I mean, you know, maybe me a few years ago, yeah, I would have thought that, but a while ago I thought I seen like an actual UFO. I still can't tell if it was like a shooting star or if it was a UFO, but I mean, it freaked me out.
But this comes from a report in the American Journal of Modern Physics. In 2016, they made a startling find. They were using a newly developed telescope for the first time, and when using it, they discovered some extraterrestrial entities in the environment.
Okay, that looks like it could be a UFO. Like, that actually looks like alien stuff. Is it aliens or is it just like them moving the whatever the thingy called, the, is it microscope or telescope? It's one of them two things. What happens if they're just like moving it and making like the image blur a wee bit? Or maybe it is like an alien.
But the Galileo telescope with a convex lens was able to see it. The entities were said to be moving intelligently. This suggests some kind of surveillance of the area. The lights were seen at night over Tampa Bay, Florida.
Of course it happens in Florida. Like, I feel like it would definitely happen in Florida. All weird things happen over there. But the universe is like so fascinating. Like, whenever you look up into the sky and you see stars, that's like another planet or like galaxy or something like that. Honestly, it's way too much for my small brain to handle.
The scientist behind this, Dr. Santilli, found the first known evidence of an apparent existence in our universe. The telescope can also see antimatter galaxies, antimatter asteroids, and antimatter cosmic rays. But the most amazing discovery were these alien lights in the sky.
I love how they're like, do you want to know the most amazing discovery is not the planets and the galaxies we've seen through the telescope, it's the alien lights. I mean, what happens if aliens were actually real? Obviously, I do believe they're real, but like, would we be able to like kidnap them? Would they be able to talk to us? Imagine they like literally destroy us.
Mower Birdfoot. In 1987, some archaeologists were doing an expedition of a cave. The cave was Mount Owen in New Zealand. But as they were exploring, they found something very scary. They found a gigantic dinosaur-like foot. It was still very much intact with scaly skin and flesh.
That does not look real. That looks fake. I mean, it probably is real, and to be fair, there probably are dinosaurs out in the world. Hasn't like 97% of the ocean not been discovered? I'm telling you right now, there's absolutely crazy things out in the world and in the sea. Also, they could be living in caves. Like, so many caves have not been discovered. You know how people go missing every year? Imagine if one of them gets them.
It was so well preserved that the scientists thought the animal must have passed away recently. But upon further examination, it was revealed to be 3,300 years old.
3,300 years old, and it still looks like that. Damn, that cave must have not been discovered. Like, there must have been like a big oxygen bubble 3,000 years ago, and it makes you think, are they extinct? Like, how do you know something's extinct? You know how people are like, oh my god, this animal's about to go extinct. How do you know that? There could be a lot more of it out in the world. Like, for all we know, there could be dinosaurs. You know, there's land, there's cave, there's the ocean that properly hasn't been discovered. I'm telling you right now, there absolutely is like more aliens like that out in the world.
No one knows how the mummified remains of a prehistoric mower bird got into this cave. Back in the prehistoric ages, the mower bird was the largest bird in the world. The mystery is, who mummified this bird claw? And how did it even lose this claw in the first place?
Exactly, like it somehow lost that claw and they've still got it. Like, look at that. That's like an actual proper claw. That literally looks like a big massive chicken foot. With technology nowadays, they're probably able to bring stuff back alive. And do you want to know something? I think we should stop that technology. Let's hope that that bird is in fact extinct and let's keep it that way.
Bella in the Witch Elm. This one takes place in Worcestershire, England. On the 18th of April 1943, 4 local boys were playing in the woods.
Why is it always in the 1940s and 1980s? Whenever I hear that, I automatically think, oh my god, something scary is gonna happen. This literally sounds like the start of like a horror movie. 3 young boys went into the forest in 1922 or 1943. This sounds like they're literally gonna get like eaten by a monster.
That is when they came across a large wych elm tree. They thought it would be a good place to hunt birds' nests, so they tried to climb inside the tree.
Hunt birds' nests? Why would you literally hunt little birds? Leave them poor wee birdies alone. I mean, don't get me wrong, whenever I was younger, I'd go into the forest and have a look at the trees. I thought it was so cool. I used to look for wee rabbit holes, not to get my hands in the rabbits, but just to think, like, is there a rabbit in there? But I've got a feeling they're gonna come across something really scary.
But as they did, they found a hollowed out trunk and discovered a skull. At first, they thought it was an animal, but then they saw human hair and teeth.
I mean, that looks like a human skull to me. I think I've told this story before, but whenever I was younger, I was at the beach with my mom. It was quite late, but actually it wasn't super late, but it was getting dark. This woman ran over to us and she was proper screaming. She was holding like this little like ball. Basically, she thought it was like a baby's head wrapped up in like fabric. It turns out it wasn't. It was like a thing boys put together to like play football with, but like it literally looked like a baby's head. I think I was like 6 or 5 whenever it happened, but like I've never forgotten about it. So I low-key can relate to that. Like the woman thought it was a baby's head, but it wasn't. It was like a made football.
The boys reported this to the police and the tree was cut down. Inside they found a complete skeleton with a shoe, a gold wedding ring and some clothing.
Wait, so they found like an actual skeleton, like a body? Did she fall in there? Was she put in there? This is gonna freak me out because now whenever I pass a tree I'm gonna think of someone literally in there.
Forensics found out it was a female who'd been in there for 18 months. Unfortunately, there were no records to find out who this woman was. Dentists from all over the country were contacted to try and do some more forensics, but unfortunately they never found out who this was.
Okay, so a literal dead body is found in a tree. I mean, back then, like, the stuff to find out who a body wasn't as good, so if they do it now, they'll be able to find out who it is. Wow, that's crazy. Like, that's literally someone's wife, isn't it? Like, they've got, like, a gold ring. Maybe the killer was the husband, and that might make sense as to why he's not came forward looking for her.
That is until a mysterious graffiti message in 1944. The graffiti, which was done on the street nearest to the witch elm, said, "Who put Bella down the witch elm?" This led investigators to trace who Bella could have been. The graffiti message was washed away, but it keeps coming back over and over again.
And why is that happening? Like, who is this? Who do they know who Bella is? Were they the person who put Bella in there? Nah, I don't like this. This is actually getting really creepy, and I knew this is meant to be like a scary video. But what type of psychopath is doing this? Like, this is literally something straight out of NCIS or like, I don't know, a serial killer movie. Honestly, right now I'm looking around in case a serial killer's under my bed.
And to this day, if you go to Worcestershire, you can see graffiti saying who put Bella in the witch elm. Police now suspect that whoever did it was also the person who did the graffiti. But because this happened so long ago, we may never know who put Bella in the witch elm.
Yeah, that's like quite scary. Obviously, that was like nearly 100 years ago, so the guy's probably dead. Or women, don't forget, women can be just as bad. Whoever done it is probably long gone. And do you want to know something? I feel like this mystery should be kept a mystery. I don't want to know who killed somebody and went around writing graffiti in walls. It's creepy.
Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are one of the biggest mysteries in the world. They're located in Peru, and they were first spotted by commercial aircraft in the 1920s and 30s. Now with modern satellite imagery, we can get an even better picture of these lines. As you can see, there are hundreds of enormous lines.
Oh my god, yeah, I've seen stuff like this before. Not there, but like in fields where they'll have like really weird drawings. They'll have like stuff that looks like art, but it's like UFOs and like random like, what's the word? Triangles and like shapes. How are they doing it?
The geometric lines make depictions of animals, plants, and figures. And they were made over 2,000 years ago by people of pre-Inca Nazca culture.
But if they were done 2,000 years ago, how were they done? I mean, a lot of people seem to think that like aliens or like a greater power helped the Egyptians build pyramids or something like that. Because theoretically they were impossible for them to do it. Maybe them same people helped these people. Do you want to know something? Maybe we should contact aliens because like they might be able to tell us what the truth is.
They did this by removing the red surface pebbles to reveal the lighter earth below. This created many designs which could only be seen from above. The question is, how could they coordinate this without seeing from high up? This has led to many theories about aliens seeing this from above.
I mean, yeah, that is true and I do believe that. Or maybe they were like smart and were able to like map it out. I mean, you know, if you draw it out and then like you do it, I guess you could kind of make it make sense or like make it work. That probably isn't a good argument. Like I seem stupid right now.
Experts say the lines were likely a ritual communication between the Nazcas and their gods. But how could they orchestrate these gigantic lines from ground level? Maybe they had some help from something above.
I mean, I absolutely believe that it was aliens. Like, I absolutely was. How are they able to do that? Some of the ones you see in fields are actually crazy. Like, it's literally impossible. I'm thinking about how I'd be able to do that now, and I just wouldn't. Like, it genuinely would not be possible. So it absolutely is aliens, and I want them aliens to contact me immediately.
Barren sea craters. In March of 2016, some scientists from Norway made an amazing discovery. They had linked giant craters found in the Barents Sea to the Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle or whatever it's called is so scary. Apparently like planes and ships go like missing over it. And apparently it's also near Florida. Why does everything bad happen in Florida?
The Bermuda Triangle is said to be the most dangerous area of water in the world. Thousands of planes, ships, and boats have gone missing in the area. Over the years, there have been many theories about the Bermuda Triangle.
I mean, if loads of planes and ships and all are going missing, why would you still continue to fly over it. I'm gonna say something really dumb, but I was like, why couldn't we just drain it? I know that's like impossible, but couldn't you put like a big barrier around it and like drain the water? You don't know, there could be like a big alien there. Maybe it is the aliens. Or maybe it's like the dinosaurs, I don't know.
But really, no one knows exactly why everything that goes near it goes missing. But these Norwegian scientists have a pretty good idea. They said the giant craters in the Barents Sea could have been created by exploding natural gas. They also say this has the possibility of being dangerous for vehicles in the area. The exploding gas could cause massive waves, which could tip over ships. And the waves could even go as high as aeroplanes, knocking them out of the sky.
Waves knocking airplanes out of the sky? Do you realize how big the waves would have to be? And surely if the waves were that big, then like there would be bigger waves somewhere. I mean, it is in the sea, and honestly the sea is scary. I'm obsessed with the sea. Like, I used to go to the beach 3 times a day whenever I was younger just to look at the waves. Maybe I should go to the Bermuda Triangle. Maybe I feel like I'd have a connection. I'd be able to speak to like the spirits in the water.
Igor Yeltsov, a scientist from Russia, also confirmed this theory. He suspects the secret to the Bermuda Triangle is methane gas. So it's likely that underwater in the Bermuda Triangle there's lots of methane gas. This sometimes causes explosions, making waves of water knock over vehicles. And that is likely why so many ships and aircraft go missing in the area.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility, but I also do believe it's like aliens. There was also another fear I heard a while ago. It's kind of the same about Area 51. Basically, the reason you're not allowed into Area 51 is because it's a way to get out of the world, like it's a portal. Maybe the Bermuda Triangle is a portal, and that's why planes keep going down, because like the government don't want you to know there's a portal there. Every single time something goes over there, they have to like shut it down or like make it disappear. Because if they get to the portal, and they'll be able to tell everyone, oh my god, there's a portal in there.
Dead Sea Scrolls. We all think we know what Noah's Ark looked like, but one 2,000-year-old document rewrote history when it was found. The Dead Sea Scrolls suggest that Noah's Ark was something different than what we believe.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in a lot of that stuff. I seen a video a really long time ago that made a lot of sense. Basically, Noah's Ark had 2 of every single animal. So every single animal, every single insect, everything, like everything, there was 2 of it on that boat. This man like created the boat in like a week or something like that, or like he had to build it. Do you realize how hard and how big that boat would have had to be? I mean, if you're a Christian, you can believe it if you want to. Personally, I don't. It doesn't make any sense. It literally sounds impossible. But you know, maybe I'm just being like that because I don't believe in like God and stuff. Or maybe it was the aliens. Maybe the aliens helped him.
As you can see in the scrolls, the Ark is shaped like a pyramid. This was discovered 5 years after the scrolls were found. That's because the scrolls were so old and in fragments. But after a lab scanned tens of thousands of fragments, they found this image. Each fragment was photographed 28 different times at high resolution. When it was put together, they found new interpretations of biblical stories. As you can see, the pyramid-shaped Ark has words saying the Ark's tallness.
Wait, so apparently the boat was literally a triangle. So you're telling me this is basically the Illuminati? Do you want to know something? I actually think God is the aliens. Like, maybe he is. Think of it, he helped the Egyptians make pyramids. He helped them people do the thing in like the dirt and like the field. God is the Illuminati and he is the aliens.
This caused many to theorize that perhaps aliens were involved in Noah's Ark. You see, many connect aliens to the pyramids found all through history. For example, the mysterious ancient Egyptian pyramids and the Mayan pyramids too.
Exactly, because they're literally impossible for humans to make. Do you want to know something? I actually think I'm going to become a Christian after this video because it's quite obvious that God is an alien. God is the alien, like he is the superpower.
A lot of people have no idea how these pyramids were made, and the same is true for Noah's Ark, which was a pyramid.
I mean, honestly, I'm just seeing a load of pyramids, so either it's the Illuminati or like they're just like really good at like making boats.
Frozen skier. In 2015, some skiers made a scary discovery in the Italian Alps. They found Canadian skier Gregory Barnes.
Do you want to know something? One of my biggest fears when going skiing was like skiing off and like dying and like getting frozen. I also did try to kill someone whenever I was skiing. I tried to like kind of push him off the mountain, or like I didn't try to, I basically nudged him because he was irritating me. But you know, skiing is so dangerous. Obviously, like whenever you're skiing, you're usually in a safe place if you're at like a resort, but you don't know, a literal avalanche could happen any minute.
At first, the skiers thought Gregory was simply lost up the mountain, but they soon realized he'd simply been preserved. The reality is he'd been buried under snow for 35 years. The Italian authorities quickly came and retrieved Gregory.
Yeah, good, you might as well retrieve him. 35 years. Oh my god, he also looked really young in that first photo. So he's literally been there for 35 years. Oh my god, his poor family, they've literally went like like basically 40 years. If his siblings are gonna be like in their 50s or something like that. They weren't able to bring him back to life, were they? I really hope they weren't.
And the only reason why he was found after 35 years was because of a hotter than normal summer. This caused some of the ice in the Italian Alps to melt.
That's so crazy. Like, think of it, if it wasn't for the weather and the snow melting, that guy literally wouldn't have been found. What would have happened? Did he like ski off and like crash and like, I don't know, injure himself and then just like go under the snow? That would be so terrifying. Like, imagine one day you see somebody say bye and then that's like the last time you ever see them. One person in this world was the last person to ever see him alive.
This allowed the skiers to discover Barnes' body in a crevasse. And inside Gregory's pocket was his passport, confirming his identity.
Okay, well that was the end of that clip. They're not going to tell us anymore. They're not going to tell us about the family, etc. So obviously he was found and like he had his passport and everything. I mean, that's good because they know who he is, but like, that's crazy. He was literally mummified for like 35 years. I'm telling you, one day Elon Musk is going to be able to bring these people back from the dead.
Man of Sligo. In 2014, Sligo Island experienced big storms. During this time, a 215-year-old beech tree was blown over. It's sad such an old and giant tree fell over, but what it exposed is even more sad and scary.
Oh god, what's it gonna expose? Please don't tell me someone's gonna be like hiding under it. Trees are so beautiful. Like, I low-key love trees. I know it sounds really weird, but you know they produce oxygen. They just like sit there and sway back and forth.
Its exposed roots revealed a gruesome find of a young boy. He was around 17 years old, and it's thought his passing was the result of a human being. Analysis of the skeleton revealed he lived during the early medieval period.
Oh my god, so he's like thousands of years dead. That is a gruesome discovery. Didn't his like flesh like help feed the tree and help it grow? Now whenever I think of trees, I'm gonna think there's a human under it. Thanks a lot, YouTube.
That is between the years 1030 and 1200 AD. Several injuries were visible on the bones. This includes 2 injuries to his ribs and 1 on his hand. Because he lived so long ago, we may never know what happened to this boy. But it's creepy that it took 215 years and a massive storm to expose this mystery.
Exactly, like we're obviously not gonna know who killed him and like they're not gonna be put into jail. It's quite crazy to think that all the years people walked past that tree, there was literally a body under it. There could be a body anywhere. Like, there could literally be a body under your bed.
Bosnian Spheres. In March of 2016, a huge stone sphere was discovered in Bosnia.
Okay, that is creepy. If I came across that, I'd actually run because I would have thought that like that was like a meteor or like an alien. Oh my god, there's just like a big ball in the ground.
It looks like it's definitely man-made because it's a perfectly round sphere. But right now there's a lot of debate as to whether this is man-made or natural. The stone has a radius of about 5 feet, and it could weigh over 30 tons, making it the most massive stone sphere in Europe.
I mean, is it just like a meteor? Like, think of it, if a big meteor came in and then exploded, it would like be a sphere. Like, would it just like disintegrate? Didn't Jesus like push out a big rock whenever he came back from the dead? Maybe that's like the rock it rolled from like the cave he was in.
Natural sedimentation is found all over the sphere, and one archaeologist said it takes hundreds of thousands of years for this sedimentation to form. But what could have made this sphere? Some say it was man-made, but how would someone hundreds of thousands of years ago have done this? It can't even be done with the kind of tools and equipment we have now. That's why some say aliens or some other creature could have made this.
Do you want to know something? It is just aliens. Anything in this world, anything unusual, it's aliens. Anyways, guys, that's where I'm gonna leave the video there. That is some scary discoveries found at unexpected places. Oh my god, I was about to yawn and vomit at the same time. Maybe the alien's trying to overtake my body. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, press the subscribe button, and just I'll see you all in my next video.